guys, it's Tasha. I'm calling. Here I go. I'm thinking I'm calling somebody. I am tapping in just to remind you guys that we are having an incredible conversation tonight at 7 p.m. online, Facebook Live. And we are going to hit on the content of setting boundaries. And how many of you would allow people to just walk all in your house, door wide open? Any and everybody can just walk in, um, whether you know them or not, whether you get down with them or not, whether you speak the same lingo, whether you have the same social network, all of that jazz. Will you leave your door wide open? Probably not. So, because we know the danger signs of allowing people to just walk in, there's a lot of violence going on, there's a lot of craziness going on. So, you put your locks on your doors for a measure of protection. Oftentimes, when we're talking about boundaries, emotional wellness, and all those things, there is no visible lock per se, like we do on our front door. So, we're going to talk about when we're setting boundaries, we're setting up some parameters, some safety measures so that you can win, so that you're not leaving yourself wide open like you would in the front door analogy. So, that's the conversation we're going to have. We are very engaging in our conversation. So, we do want to hear from you. Some of you guys have boxed Talk to Tasha and have asked certain questions that kind of drove out the theme of the topic that we're having. Last month, we talked about seasonal depression because of the feedback that we got from a lot of you guys that are doing the life work with me. So, everything that we bring to the platform is simply to empower and to restore and getting people to kind of relax and chill out and revisit some of the simple things in life so that we can show up and be all that we're called to be. So I really appreciate you guys coming out of your comfort zone saying, hey, this is where I'm at, or I have someone I really care about, and this is where we're stuck at. Because together, I personally, I go out and get resources. If I don't have the answer, I am a mover of information. I love gathering information and tools to bring back home, if you will. And so back to the village where we can have those discussions, not only discussions, but talk solutions. So that's where Michelle McCoy, who's excellent in her field, an expert in therapy, marriage family therapist, licensed director of Live Well Behavioral Health, who has made herself available. And I really, really appreciate her because we know folks are very, very busy, but she sees the benefit of making herself available to have these discussions. And it's just not about a cliche conversation, something that of a motivational, inspirational. No, this is bigger than that. It's deeper than that. You go deeper in that. So we give out tools, and she's well qualified to speak on the content that we're bringing tonight about setting boundaries. Because quite often, when I'm doing my coaching and dealing with clients, there's a level of frustration that's out there. And then when we go back to the drawing board, that frustration is clearly because, for the most part, folks just don't know how to set boundaries or they're afraid of the consequence of the boundary. So, what would you be afraid of if you left your door wide open? There's all kinds of things that can happen if you leave your door wide open. So, emotionally, when you don't set boundaries, you're leaving yourself all wide open. And this is why some of you guys are very, very tired. You're very, very unsure of yourself. You're not really sure from one day to the next. You're trying to change relationships. You're trying to change jobs and addresses. And you think if you move to another country, you'll be fine. You think if you go date this person. So you just need to take a time out and do some self-reflection. I know personally done that, been there. And I know that I am a recovering people pleaser, so I know the boundary conversation is something that I struggle with. So now that the Lord has helped me in certain areas, I am just called to share. And that's simply what we're going to do tonight, 7 p.m., Facebook Live, Talk the number 2, Tasha. We are going to have this conversation on setting boundaries. So if you're ready to buckle your seatbelt and put yourself first, and set some boundaries that has you in mind as a winner. That sounds real good, to win. And win is defined by how you set it up. How uncomplicated is that? So we'll see you tonight. And thumbs up to all of you guys. Go out and put a jingle in your bell and make that thing jingle according to what works for you, baby. You make the rules, okay? And so we'll see you tonight at 7, because y'all know I'm Talk to Tasha, and I will talk. But I'm going to stop right here. Bye.